What does the Torah believe in? Like, do y'all believe that Jesus was God?
No, we don't
Can
believe.
I
Yeah,
start? But
we don't believe in JC at all.
okay, okay. Oh well. Why do you think that? What is the Torah's backstory to not believing in JC? So I can just get a little bit of details.
The Tanakh teaches that there's one God, right? Deuteronomy 6:4. It says, "Hear, all Israel, our Lord is one Lord," right? So we believe
Yeah.
that there's one God, right? One true God, and we do not believe that it's JC. We don't see the name JC until the so-called New Testament.
Okay. Well, if we read Colossians 2 verse 9, it says, For in him dwells all fullness of the Godhead bodily." So therefore, it is claiming for him to be God, right?
Right.
And I'm
You see the issue is that that's in the New Testament. Of course, the New Testament is gonna say what it says, but according to what God says in the Old Testament, where He actually speaks through the mouth of the prophets, through angels, and through His own words, He does not claim there is a Godhead. He does not claim that there is a JC. He does not claim that somebody comes to die for the sins of anybody. He actually says that human sacrifice, because that's what it would be. Human sacrifice is detestable or abominable in his eyes. And he never commanded us to commit such an act. Because when there was sacrifices, it was never a human, right?
Let me give me 1 second. Sorry. So if we read Isaiah 7:14, it says, "Therefore the Lord himself will give you a sign. Behold, the virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel." Right. And if we go to Isaiah 9:6, it says, "For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulders, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace." And that's Old Testament too. So what do you have to say about that?
Well, what I have to say about that is, according to the context, it doesn't point nowhere to JC at all, right? That's
Mhm.
isolating a verse in both chapters. That's isolating a single verse and saying that, okay, now this is JC. This proves to JC because you're reading the New Testament and you're proof texting the New Testament, right, with the
Mhm.
Old Testament. So you got that from the New Testament. You didn't get it from the Old Testament because according to Isaiah chapter 7 in context, let's just read it. Let's just read it in context. I'll put it on the screen right
I bet.
quick. Isaiah 7. One second. So let's just use some context. Right. So Isaiah chapter 7, I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, "And it came to pass in the days of Ahaz, the son of Jotham, the son of Uzziah, king of Judah, that Rezin, king of Syria, and Pekah, the son of Remaliah, king of Israel, went up toward Jerusalem to war against it, but could not prevail against it." Verse 2. And it was told the house of David, saying, "Syria is confederate in Ephraim, and his heart was moved in the heart of his people, as the trees of the wood are moved with the wind." Then said Yah unto Isaiah, "Go forth now to meet Ahaz, thou and Shear Jashub thy son, at the end of the conduit of the upper pool, in the highway of the fuller's field, and say unto him, Take heed and be quiet. Fear not, neither be faint-hearted. For the two tails of these smoking firebrands, for the fierce anger of Rezin with Syria, and this and of the son of Remaliah, because Syria, Ephraim, and the son of Remaliah have taken evil counsel against thee, saying, Let us go up against Judah and vex it. Let us make a breach therein for us, and set a king in the midst of it, even the son of Tabil. Thus saith Yah, it shall not stand, neither shall it come to pass. For the head of Syria at Damascus, and the head of Damascus is Rezin. And within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people. All right. So you understand the context what's going on here?
Yeah.
Okay. So two kings, one of Syria, one of the northern kingdom of Israel, are confederate in destroying the tribe of Judah, the house of David, removing King Ahaz and putting in their own king, right? So Yah said, don't fear, don't doubt, right? He said in 65 years, within 65 years shall Ephraim be broken, that it be not a people. So we have context. We have two kings mentioned, well, three kings mentioned. We have Ahaz mentioned, Rezin, and Pekah. And we have a timeline here, 65 years shall Ephraim be broken. Verse 9, in the head of Ephraim is Samaria, and the head of Samaria is Remaliah's son. If ye will not believe, surely ye shall not be established. Moreover, Yah spake again unto Ahaz, saying, Ask thee a sign of Yah thy power. Ask it, neither in depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt Yah. And he said, Hear ye now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men, but will ye weary my God also? Therefore, Yah himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. So who is this sign for?
Oh, Jesus.
I'm reading it again. Verse 10. Moreover, Yah spake again unto Ahaz, saying, Ask thee a sign of Yah thy power. Ask it, either in depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt Yah. And he said, Hear ye now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men, but will ye weary my God also? Therefore, Yah himself shall give you a sign. Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Who was this sign for?
Who was the sign for?
Who was the sign given to?
Oh, Virgin Mary. Because he said you will bury the son.
Verse 10. More, let's read it. I'm gonna read it slow. Moreover, Yah, the Lord, spake again unto Ahaz.
Oh, okay.
Saying, Ask thee a sign of the Lord thy God. Ask it either in the depth or in the height above. But Ahaz said, I will not ask, neither will I tempt the Lord. And he said, Hear ye now, O house of David. Is it a small thing for you to weary men, but will ye weary my God also? Therefore, the Lord himself shall give you a sign. Who did the Lord give a sign to?
Ahaz.
Ahaz, right? So the
Ahaz,
sign
yeah.
for Ahaz: Behold, a virgin shall conceive and bear a son, and shall call his name Emmanuel. Right. So this sign is for Ahaz. It's not for the Virgin Mary. It is not for Joseph. It is not 700 years into the future. This sign is for Ahaz. Does that make sense? In context, I'll read verse 15. Butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou abhorrest or hatest shall be forsaken of both her kings. So now we got more context. We have more context. Two kings are teaming up against the house of David or Judah or the king against the king Ahaz. The Most High asked Ahaz to ask for a sign. He said, I would not ask for a sign. So the Most High said, I will give you a sign myself. A child shall be born. Then it says, butter and honey shall he eat, that he may know to refuse the evil and choose the good. For before the child shall know to refuse the evil and choose the good, the land that thou hatest shall be forsaken of both of her kings. Now, can you show me anywhere in the New Testament where any of this happened? The two kings, the confederacy against the house of David, a 65-year timeline. Two kings had to be forsaken or destroyed. The child had to grow up and eat butter and honey. And the child, before the child grows old enough to know good and evil, these two kings shall be forsaken or destroyed. I didn't even realize that he left. Let's give him some time. Let's see if he come back. All praises to the Most High Yah alone. Well, I don't think he's coming back. But all praises to the Most High Yah alone, man. And if he does come back, I'm gonna just we can just have a part two, I guess. Right. All praises to the Most High Yah alone. Shalom.